Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Steeply. This week I have a red tea for you from My Cup of Tea, which is a local Montreal vendor. They're actually a really awesome place. If you live in the Montreal area, you should definitely go check them out. Their main location is in Chinatown. Really great place, nice people, very helpful, willing to show you around and introduce you to a bunch of different teas that you're not used to. I'll put a link in the description to where you can buy this tea and a bunch of the others that they offer. So definitely go check them out and help support a local Montreal business. And now this particular tea I have from them is their Lychee Red Tea. And for those of you that aren't familiar, red tea is actually black tea. It is the direct translation of the Chinese, Japanese, and Korean, I believe, words for black tea, which directly translates to red tea. So in English, red tea and black tea kind of switch around, but red tea is generally a lot more amber in the glass than it is dark or black, something like along the lines of a pu'er. Pu'er, when you brew it, very kind of dark and rich, and this is dark and rich, but with more red undertones and things along those lines. So people generally call that a red tea instead. And this particular blend I would definitely recommend to someone who's looking to really switch from coffee as well, and they want high caffeine levels, they want some similarities in taste, things along those lines. And I do want to touch on the color as well here, because as you can see, it's dark, it's rich, it has a very almost caramel-esque color. It's super nice, and it's definitely very appealing. Let's get to the smelling and the tasting. Smell-wise, you definitely get a ton of lychee coming through. You can tell on the nose already that this is going to be a sweet tea. It's not something that needs anything other than just brewing it. You can go ahead and put milk in it if you want. I wouldn't even necessarily recommend it. It's already really creamy, especially even just on the nose. You can tell that this is going to be very sweet. And it does have some floral components as well. It has a little bit of bitterness on the nose. It kind of plays back and forth with the sweetness. It's a very nice aroma. It's definitely something that'll get you attracted to the tea if you have friends that aren't huge tea drinkers and you want to introduce them to something that might pique their interest. This would be a great jumping point. Now let's taste this bad boy. Taste-wise, again, lychee just jumps in your face. It just hangs onto your tongue all the way down. From the front palate to the back palate, it's just pure lychee. It is incredibly sweet. So if you're someone who's not a sweet tooth, maybe not the best choice, but if you're someone who can eat a cake before bed and be okay with it because it'll satisfy your craving, this would be freaking awesome. It blows other teas that I've had out of the water. It's become one of my favorites, to be honest, especially to people who do have sweet tooths like myself. I really do enjoy sweet things. This is beyond other things that I've had. You still do get some of that floral, earthy undertones. It's not apparent at all. The sweetness kind of kicks that out of the door. You really have to pay attention to it. If you're just sipping this casually, you're going to just get lychee every time, which again, I personally really like. It's a solid tea for that. If you like something that's sweet, definitely give this a shot. If you're not someone who likes things sweet, maybe stay away from it. Would I recommend this tea to everyone? I don't think so. I think if you really do like sweet tea, or if you're a newcomer to teas and you want to stray away from that overtly bitterness, floral things along the lines of a pu'er, which if you've had aged pu'er before, you probably wouldn't recommend it either to someone who's just starting out with tea. This would be a great jumping point. Something that's sweet, something that has the undertones of bitterness with some of the florality of other teas. It would be a great recommendation to start with. So as always, if you guys have any teas you want me to review, leave a comment down in the comment section below and I'll get around to it eventually. You can also hit me up on Twitter. I'm at AlexKaza. Or actually you can go on my Instagram. I might post a photo occasionally with teas that I might be reviewing of the week. I'm at AlexKaza on there as well, and you can vote on what you'd like to see next. And of course, I'm gonna leave a link to this tea down in the description below. It'll say get this tea with a bit.ly link to this tea. Click on that and you'll be able to see the tea that I reviewed this week. Thanks for watching this week's episode of Steeply. See you guys next Friday.